I've been falling down on my duties as a host. Hello and welcome back to Bookish, and welcome to my TBR announcement for People April. If you didn't know, every April there's a reading event called People April. This year, like last year, I am one of the co-hosts of the People April event, along with Roz from Scaladanning About the Books, who I believe is one of the originators of this. And this year we have Hannah from Hannah's Books. Lucky to have her along. And the idea is that you spend April, or you spend part of April or some of April reading books about people. These can be histories, biographies, memoirs, whatever it is. You can read books about people. Now, every year we pick a group read book, and this year the group read book is the Bluestockings, A History of the First Women's Movement by Susannah Gibson. There is a a Discord group, which I'll leave a link to down below, or a link to Roz's channel where you can access the Discord group, and you can join in a discussion of that book there and discussion of other things related to People April. I'll eventually, when I remember how to do Discord, I'll post my TBR for People April there, as well as this video. But that is the group read for the book. Now, before I go any further, you don't have to read the group read book to participate in People April. You don't have to read only books about people to participate in People April. You can just read one book about a person to participate in People April. But one of the things we've done this year to kind of help focus perhaps, or to kind of create more thematic reading, is that each one of us, each one of the hosts, has come up with a quote from a writer that we think could help you focus your reading for People April. And so each one of those prompts is something you can do. You can do none of the prompts, you can do all the prompts, you can do one of the prompts, you can do two of the prompts. It doesn't really matter. So the first prompt, or the first quote, is from Roz, or the first quote was chosen by Roz. It's from Michel de Montaigne. So that quote is, "Drawing myself for others, I have drawn myself with the purer and better colors." So I decided that for this I would pick a memoir, and a memoir that, I don't get embarrassed about not having read books very often. This is a book I feel like at this point I should have read. That is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. It's been a book that I've been meaning to read for quite some time and just never gotten around to it. I have an audiobook access to that book, and so that's going to be what I read for that prompt. The second prompt came from Hannah, and it had been startling and disappointing to me to find out that storybooks had been written by people, that books were not natural wonders coming up of themselves like grass, yet regardless of where they come from, I cannot remember a time when I was not in love with them. That quote comes from Eudora Welty. And so to fulfill the prompt from that Hannah came up, which is from Eudora Welty, I decided to read One Writer's Beginnings by Eudora Welty. So I'll be reading that this month to fulfill that prompt. And then, since that's fairly short, I also plan on moving on to reading What Fresh Hell Is This?, a biography of the Jazz Age writer, the movie writer, Dorothy Parker, the civil rights activist Dorothy Parker, which was written by Marion Meade. I believe this book is more than 30 years old at this point, I think. But Dorothy Parker is one of those people that I intend to learn more about. I've intended to read more of, and so this will give me an opportunity to learn more about her. And then my quote was from Sun Tzu. And it says, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." So if you follow my channel at all, you know that I'm fairly politically outspoken, and I consider one of my enemies to be, in my own grandiose way, I guess, the Trump administration. So I'm going to read Too Much and Never Enough by Mary L. Trump, who is, I believe, Donald Trump's niece. And this is a book about Trump kind of breaking down perhaps why Trump is the way he is. And that's certainly a book that I'm looking forward to reading. And I may throw other books in there as well. So, if you are interested in People April, if you want to read a book about a person, you can follow these prompts. You can join in and read the group, read the book we've chosen to read as a group. Again, I'll try to remember to leave a link to the Discord server down in the show notes below, so you can join in the discussion there, or you can just pick your own book. But if you're going to participate in People April, please leave a message either on my TBR video, you can leave it on Hannah's video or on Roz's video, or anywhere you want to. You can just go to the Discord server and leave it there. But let us know if you're participating in People April. So this is a short video. So as is my wont, I was out and about walking yesterday, and I have become really enamored of the relatively new place I live in the state of Texas, and so I took some outdoor footage, which I will burden you with if you choose to watch it right here. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Look forward to your comments in the comment section below.